Hi friends, welcome to DTK Food and Travels. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Today we're going to be visiting the Virgin Mary's house, which is located in Ephesus, Turkey. We just took a day trip to Ephesus since we were staying in Istanbul. It was about an hour to hour and a half plane ride to go visit Ephesus. There's no direct flight to Ephesus, so we took a flight to Izmir, and from Izmir it's a 45-minute drive to the Virgin Mary's house. And we did use a tour guide, and so he just took us everywhere, so we didn't have to worry too much about the logistics. This is the view of Istanbul as we were leaving the city, and then this is after we landed in Izmir. So this was our 45-minute drive to visit the house of Virgin Mary. It was beautiful scenery, mountain. You can see the Aegean Sea along the way, and some of the roads were really curvy and hilly. So if you're someone prone to motion sickness, it would be a good idea to take medications and be prepared just in case if you're someone who does get sick with all the pin curves and everything. Like I was saying, it was a nice drive up there. It took us about 45 minutes to get up there. So on our tour, this was the first place that we stopped at. There were several other places we visited on this trip, but the House of Virgin Mary was our first stop. We did go there on a Sunday, and so I think it was a lot more people there than it would be on a regular weekday. So we saw some buildings. They're still building on the outer areas of Ephesus. We did get to see the modern day Ephesus. So this is the modern day Ephesus, just a little view of it before we get to the Virgin Mary's house area, which is on a hill. So this is what the modern day Ephesus looks like. It looks like any other moderate sized town. It's not really big like Istanbul, but it's a moderate sized town. The house of Virgin Mary, it's located on Mount Korosus in the vicinity of Ephesus. The house was discovered in the 19th century by following the descriptions in the reported visions of a nun by the name of Anne Catherine Emmerich, who was a Roman Catholic nun and a visionary. Her visions were published in a book after her death. Christian and Muslim pilgrims visit the house based on the belief that Mary, the mother of Jesus, was taken to the stone house by Saint John and lived there for the remainder of her earthly life. While you're walking to the shrine, you can see a keyhole-shaped baptismal pool larger than the one located at the Basilica in Ephesus. It is believed that an early community of Christians may have lived or were baptized here in seclusion in order to escape the nearby Romans. The shrine itself is not really that big, but it may be described as a modest chapel. The stones and the construction date back to the apostolic age, as it's common with preserved buildings from that time. There are some minor additions to the building, such as the garden landscape and devotional additions outside the shrine. Upon entering the chapel, a person is met by a single large room where an altar along with a large statue of the Blessed Virgin Mary is displayed in the center. On the right side of the building, you'll see a small room, and it's believed that was Virgin Mary's room, and it's believed that she used to sleep there. It's believed that some form of running water used to flow like a canal in the smaller room where Virgin Mary slept. And we'll see in a little bit, there is a fountain that's outside, and it's believed it's from there that it leads from the room. This is the water fountain that I was mentioning earlier. It's believed by some pilgrims to have miraculous powers of healing or fertility. We didn't drink the water from there, but it was really hot in Ephesus and that water felt really cool. It was really cold. And right next to it, we'll see the wishing wall. So this wishing wall is outside the shrine, and this is where pilgrims make a wish or any prayers that they have. They'll write it down on a paper or fabric and tie it over here. So it's called a wishing wall. To tour the place, it can take anywhere from 30 minutes to a couple of hours. Everything depends on what you want to do there. Like I said, we did go on a Sunday, so they did have mass over there, but it was over by the time we got there. And they have areas where you can light candles and pray. And this was our ride back down to the city. And then on the way back down, we saw a big statue of Mother Mary. So we just stopped by there to take some photos and then headed on to our next destination. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.